It's so nice to see you. This workshop by Kyra Care, and also for those who are joining through Hank app, also welcome. I'm based in San Diego, and my name is Dulce Dagda. I am a board certified holistic nutritionist, and this is a Kyra Care workshop. This is the clinic where I work. So, if any of you are interested in a consultation with me or any of the doctors that naturopathic doctors that work here at Kyra, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm going to share the phone number at the end of the workshop. Then you can schedule your 15-minute consultation with us in case you are interested in our services. If not, we're going to keep giving these workshops, monthly workshops, once a month at the end of each month, just to share more information about nutrition, health, wellness. So let's talk about something that affects everything from how we digest food to how our skin looks, how our joints feel, and even how we age, which is inflammation. But I want to be clear, we are talking about chronic inflammation, that silent fire in the background. It's not the same as a normal or acute inflammation you get from a cut or when you catch a cold, that your body is protecting you. For example, when you feel bloated, that is chronic, that is acute inflammation. Compared to chronic inflammation, is different. It's sneaky. It builds slowly, and it's at the root of so many health problems like fatigue, brain fog, digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, and even autoimmune conditions. Today, there are more information and more studies that supports that autoimmune conditions and other type of chronic conditions comes from inflammation. The root is inflammation. So today, I'll walk you through simple science-backed ways to cool down inflammation naturally. So we'll talk about food, lifestyle, stress management, which is probably one of the most important parts, sleep, herbs, and more. It's holistic. That is the holistic approach. Not only food, for example, or medications or herbal remedies. It's everything. So first food, that is like my bread and butter. I don't eat bread. I do eat butter, but I don't eat bread. I have an autoimmune condition myself, and I don't eat gluten, by the way. So let's start with food because honestly, this is where most inflammation begins and ends. The good news, you don't need extreme diets. You just need to understand what fuels or calms the fire. So, number one, this is the easiest way. Start by removing the biggest triggers. Ultra processed foods. Yes, everything that is in a package, everything that you see in the label, many names that you can't even pronounce, those are ultra processed. There are different type of processes, right? There are like a very minimal process, like yogurt. Yogurt is good, it's a process, but at the end of the day, it's a good type of process. Or if you make a recipe, that is a one type of process, but it's just one step process, so that's perfect. But if it's ultra processed, that it contains additives, colors, smells, um, everything that is really tasty, usually is a combination of different processes, right? So that is an ultra processed foods. Refined sugars. If you get rid of sugar, sugar is one um, of those meals that will definitely inflame, will definitely swell in your cells. Industrial seed oils like canola oil, soybean oil, corn or cotton oil. Those, unfortunately, they come rancid because in the process, when they heat the seed in order to obtain the oil, since they contain polyunsaturated fatty acids, they are prone to oxidation very easily, to temperature, to heat, to light. That is why it is important to get more stable type of fats, like coconut oil could be an option, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, even cooking with lard would be a better way to have to make sure that your or butter that your meals are stable, are not rancid. But I don't recommend to saturate your food with a lot of lard. For example, fry your foods in lard or coconut oil or anything. Nothing fried is good, but a little bit would be more stable than canola oil. That is for sure. Excess alcohol. If possible, eliminate alcohol. There is not safe amount. Whatever amount that you ingest that contains alcohol will intoxicate a little bit your liver. I prefer to avoid it, but I mean, 1 cup or two in a month, nobody's going to be hurt, right? Just limitation. And let's talk about plants because nature give us some powerful, give us some powerful anti-inflammatory tools. So I'm gonna give you my 5 favorites. Of course, there are many others that you can include in your daily life, in your daily diet, that which helps us to cool down inflammation. For example, ginger, fresh or in tea, either way works a lot, helps reduce pain and gut inflammation. For those who suffer from chronic acute inflammation, let's say bloating, you get troubles with digesting foods, ginger would be your best friend. So after meals or during your meals or even before meals will help you to digest better, ginger. Also, have you seen those chewing, they're like candies made out of ginger? Yeah, they contain sugar. But in those cases that you are like, you're walking or you are with your family out and you get bloated, and if you have one of those in your purse, those are going to help you, could be lifesavers for those who get bloated very easily. Also, turmeric, as I mentioned, it's amazing for joint pain and cellular health. Green tea, especially matcha, because it is concentrated green tea. It calms the immune system, but make sure that it's not the matcha that you buy it at Starbucks. That is a combination with sugar, basically. So it's half sugar, half matcha, and it's not a good quality of matcha. So the one that is going to help you to reduce inflammation in your cells is going to be the one that you purchase or you buy it. It could be online on Amazon, but make sure that it's organic, ceremonial grade. You don't need too much. You need like 1 teaspoon of it, combine it with water, and you can add, if you want to make it a matcha latte, it's okay as long as the milk that you use could be coconut milk or almond milk, whatever milk, but it needs to be unsweetened and with no gums, not combined with gums. Those are very processed. Nettle tea, I love nettle tea. If you cannot drink caffeine because you're very sensitive to caffeine, this is a great alternative. It's really tasty, it's dark. Nettle tea traditionally is used for allergies and also for inflammation. For those who suffer from inflammation and allergies, seasonal allergies, nettles, those are great, nettle tea. There are herbal supports or herbal combination in a supplement that you can find. Quercetin with nettle, that combination, I like Designs for Health. That brand is one of my favorite ones, and they have this combination of supplement. So for those who suffer from seasonal allergies, I would recommend to have two. Of course, this needs to be personalized, individualized, but if you suffer from allergies, two caps a day will help you with those allergies. At least for me, help a lot. Holy basil, also called tulsi. I don't know if you've heard about holy basil or tulsi. It's great. You can find it in a supplement, great for stress and inflammatory responses. I recommend rotating this through your week. Do not take it every single day, especially because our body could get used to it. 1 ginger tea a day, turmeric in your eggs, for example, or soup, a matcha latte in, I don't know, 11, 12 o'clock. For me, it's okay at 2 p.m. I can still go to bed and nothing happens. But some people that have caffeine sensitive, is very caffeine sensitive, I would not recommend it. And small things, but they add up as well. And by the way, turmeric needs to be combined with black pepper or with any type of fat. So for example, if you add it into your eggs, that's a perfect combination because it needs to be combined with fat in order for absorption. Okay, now let's dive into metabolism. As we age, many people feel their metabolism slows down. And yes, that can happen, but it's not just age. It's loss of muscle, higher stress, less sleep, and often under eating or overeating. When we understand that your metabolism is not broken, it's adaptive, and you can support it by eating enough. Also, chronically low-calorie diets signal the body to conserve energy, and over time, this makes weight loss harder and not easier. So for some people that are very inflamed and they are cutting a lot of calories all the time, but they are not choosing the correct foods, it's okay and it's necessary to cut a little bit of calories in order to lose weight. But for those that are cutting a lot of calories, they could get prone to inflammation as well because your body protects itself from that calorie loss, of that calorie, very high calorie cut. Also, we need to talk about stress, cortisol, and inflammation. Here's something I say all the time. You can eat all the kale in the world. You can, but if you're constantly in fight or flight mode, your body won't heal. Chronic stress increases cortisol and cortisol and adrenaline in excess makes inflammation worse. It messes with your hormones, your gut lining, your sleep, and your immune system. So, what can you do? This is easy and everybody knows this, but you need to breathe. Try a simple 4-4-4 breath. Inhale in 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 4. If you do it every hour, I promise that you're going to start sleeping better. The thing is that we don't want to make that effort, and that little effort is for your good. It's so easy to do it. It's just breathe. Also walk. If you are not like, oh, I'm going to start meditating 1 hour a day, which is almost impossible for most of us who have very busy and stressed life, but walk gentle walks after meals help digestion and stress reduction. And also learn how to set boundaries, protect your peace. I was talking to someone earlier today who was somebody was yelling at her, and I told her, don't allow that person moves your inner peace, because that's going to stress. It's gonna increase your stress levels, your inflammation, also the inflammation in your cells is going to go to the roof. And also practice stillness, even just 5 minutes or 1 minute of meditation or journaling or silence. Being in silence is super important, especially for women. Women are surrounded by so many things. We are carrying so much in our shoulders, right? Stress is real. Life gets busy, but the more often we remind the body that it's safe, the more it can switch off that inflammation cascade. What else? Sleep recovery. Let's talk about sleep. If there's one thing that has the power to calm inflammation almost instantly, it's deep, consistent sleep. During sleep, your body clears out toxins, repairs tissues, and reduces inflammatory markers like CRP. Even one bad night can raise your inflammatory response. So these are tips that can help. Go to bed and wake up at the same time daily. But here's my main tip. If you don't feel sleepy, don't go to bed right away. So for example, if you say, oh, I go to bed so I'm going to say that I'm going to bed every day at 10 a.m., every night at 10 p.m., sorry, not 10 a.m., 10 p.m. And you decide that, but you are used to go to bed usually at 12 p.m. or at 11 p.m., you're not going to fall asleep right away. And that could trigger anxiety. So before you go to bed, try to wind down, try to read a book if possible. If a show, I mean, if you want to watch a show, make sure that it's a very calm show. It's best not to watch screens or stare screens when at least 1 hour before bed. But do not go to bed before feeling sleepy. That's my tip, and this is very personal. Otherwise, that could trigger anxiety. And also avoid screens 1 hour before bed. Don't eat heavy meals late. At least have your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bed, and I promise that that's going to help you to have a deeper sleep and also better rest the day after. When you wake up the next morning, you're going to feel more rest. Also try magnesium. My favorite one is glycinate or biglycinate, magnesium for sleeping, or also tart cherry juice if needed, but just a little bit because it has a lot of sugar, even if it's natural sugar. But a quarter of a cup could help you to wind down, to relax at night. I've been trying these days with passion flower. I don't know, but that thing, it really gets me to sleep right away. It's impressive how powerful passion flower could be. So passion flower as a supplement, I bought it in Sprouts grocery store, and it's very cheap. It's like $10, and it's just a pill at night. It says 2 pills, but I'm just taking 1 pill, and it's helping me so much to distress, to fall asleep. And sleep is not or shouldn't be a luxury. It's a biological necessity. Protect it like you protect your skincare routine or your favorite shoes seriously. And also our gut is where inflammation often starts or stops. Think about it. 70% of your immune system is in your gut. So if your gut lining is damaged or your microbiome is imbalanced, inflammation gets triggered as well. What can we do to help our gut? Prebiotics, also probiotic foods. I wouldn't recommend to start taking probiotics out of nowhere. Like, okay, I'm just going to start with this type of strains or this supplement of probiotics, because if you have a SIBO, small intestine bacteria overgrowth, and you are taking a type of probiotic that could triggers more inflammation in your gut, because you need to start increasing your good bacteria little by little, and not in just one day with a lot of strains. So that's why a lot of people are taking probiotics and they get more inflamed, they get more bloated. It's always best if you find a doctor who can check your gut lining and see what's the best probiotic for you. And also prebiotics like garlic, onion, asparagus, bananas or green bananas, especially green bananas, have a good type of resistant starch that will help you with your gut lining, with your to feed the probiotic. The probiotic is the bacteria, and the prebiotic is the food for your bacteria. Also, avoid irritants like alcohol again, excessive coffee, and some medications. If possible, add bone broth or aloe vera juice helps with gut lining. Fast it in the morning if you are feeling bloated or uh, feel GERD in the morning or at any day. I love aloe vera juice, the one that is unsweetened and 99% pure. Also, chew more. Sounds basic, but helps digestion start in the mouth. I also recommend limiting snacking so your gut gets time to rest and repair. It's okay snacking, I mean, just once a day, but try not to snack all day long. And last thing, movement. You don't need to train for a marathon, of course. Actually, excessive training could prone to get you prone to inflammation, can trigger inflammation. So just move your body daily. Movement helps circulate lymph, clears inflammatory waste products. And I love rebounding. Rebounding, just purchase a mini trampoline that is great for lymph in case you want an extra hack at home. The mini trampoline is great and it's low impact. It helps with the lymph. It helps you to increase your heartbeat and with cardiovascular health. Yoga or stretching, especially twisting poses, walking, and strength training helps lower inflammation in the long term. But do not overtrain. I would say, yes, once a day it's perfect, but some people get obsessed and they go twice to the gym or they stay for 2 or 3 hours. That's excessive. Your body was made to move, and that movement literally clears inflammation out. So, to wrap up, cooling inflammation is not about restriction or punishment. It's about supporting your body in a way that feels nourishing and sustainable. Eat more whole foods, colorful foods, avoid or try to limit or eliminate ultra processed. Also, use herbs wisely, breathe and slow down, prioritize sleep, support your gut, move your body. Inflammation isn't the enemy. Unaddressed chronic inflammation is. But you have the power to shift it with small daily actions, and your body wants to heal. So, does anyone have questions? Let me check here in the chat if you. Oh, I see that people were saying that are coming from San Diego, Mari from Florida, Charles from Texas. Oh, that's great. So does anyone have any questions? This is Montessori. You can just open your microphone and let me know your questions. And also, if you want to work with us, whether with me or with any other naturopathic doctor here in ChiroCare, we do online consultation and also in person for those who live in San Diego. So we can do a 15-minute discovery consultation to check what you are struggling with, and we are more than happy to help you with tips or with anything else or a program that you want to work with us. So no questions. Let me check here. Only for people who live in San Diego, says Shayla. No, we also work online, distance, so we can do it online, like we are doing today. We connect one-on-one, and then we can schedule a consultation with you as well. So here's the number, the phone number is, I'm gonna put it on the chat as well, 619-773-6330. So Andrea or Hannelore are the ones who answering the phone here at ChiroCare, and you can schedule, you let us know when it's the best time for you to schedule the discovery consultation. No questions about inflammation, any issues, any concerns about what we discussed today. Okay, I'm gonna give you great workshop. Thank you, Bianca. Thanks to you. Oh, somebody's calling right now. No questions today? Okay, perfect. So I wish you the best for the rest of your week. Remember that we're gonna keep having this type of workshops once a month. You can register, try to register on time. Thank you, Marie. Thanks to you. And that was it. Thank you. My name is Dulce Dagda, Dulce Maria Dagda. For some people, it's easier to pronounce Maria. So some people call me Maria, but it's Dulce Maria. Thank you, Sheila. Thanks, Annette. Thanks, Gina. Have a wonderful rest of your week.